My beloved child, take a moment and remain here with me. This pause in your day did not come together by coincidence. You did not arrive here simply because of habit, curiosity, or chance. Even when it feels ordinary, there are moments that carry more meaning than the rest, moments that gently invite your attention because something important is unfolding beneath the surface. This is one of those moments. I have been walking with you longer than you realize, watching carefully as you moved through seasons of effort, waiting, growth, and quiet endurance. And now I am inviting you to listen, not because you have failed, but because clarity is drawing near. Time can feel steady when we look at it from the outside, but within the heart, seasons are always shifting. You may notice it in subtle ways, the way your thoughts linger longer at night, the way familiar routines no longer satisfy you the way they once did. The way certain questions keep returning even when you try to set them aside. That is not confusion, that is awareness awakening. I am speaking now because this moment holds meaning, not to pressure you or overwhelm you, but to help you recognize what has already begun within you. Do not tell yourself that you must feel completely ready before listening. Readiness has never depended on confidence, certainty, or strength. It has always rested in willingness. Willingness to pause, willingness to listen, willingness to trust even when everything is not yet clear. I am not asking you to have all the answers. I am asking you to remain present. What lies ahead may gently reshape how you understand timing, purpose, and even yourself. Growth often does that. It stretches perception. It invites reflection. It calls us to release old measurements of progress. I am not asking for perfection from you. I am asking for attention. I am asking you to stay open long enough for understanding to settle. Some moments return again and again until we are ready to receive them. Others come quietly, do their work, and pass forward. This moment is meant to be received fully, not rushed or postponed. I am not here to alarm you. I am here to awaken awareness. Awareness is not fear. Awareness is clarity. Sometimes doors change without noise or disruption, simply because a season has reached its fullness. You may sense that time feels different lately, as though it carries more weight. That is not meant to unsettle you, it is meant to guide you. Preparation has been taking place quietly, often unnoticed, shaping you in ways that are only now becoming visible. You will recognize what is unfolding only if you stay present, not half listening, not treating these words as background sound while your thoughts drift elsewhere. Stay with me. Allow your heart to settle. Love does not speak through fear. Love speaks through truth, patience, and invitation. Even a short pause, when held with sincerity, can carry deep meaning. Throughout history, I have worked through moments, through conversations, reflections, and quiet decisions that altered direction and opened new paths. I did not pause you for distraction. I did not interrupt you for entertainment. I did so because awareness now brings peace later. You have asked for guidance. You have asked for understanding. Often, answers arrive as gentle interruptions, not to disrupt your life, but to realign it. Many people hear words and move on quickly. Fewer allow them to settle deeply. You are still here because something within you recognizes familiarity, even if you cannot explain why. Trust that inner recognition. It is part of how I guide you. Comfort can serve you for a time, but remaining comfortable for too long can slow growth. I care too deeply about you to leave you stalled when movement is possible. Forward steps often come not when you feel strongest, but when trust becomes more important than certainty. This moment invites response, not hurried action, but honest openness. Even quiet attention is a form of response, so is stillness. A small yes, spoken sincerely, carries more weight than you realize. If you feel a gentle heaviness or seriousness in your spirit, do not resist it. That is not fear, it is significance. It is the awareness that something meaningful is being recognized. I am near you. I am present, and I am inviting you to remain open for what continues, because awareness changes us. Do not rush ahead in your thoughts. Do not retreat into distraction. Simply remain here. Let these words reach places you may have guarded, delayed, or set aside. This moment has intention. Growth often begins quietly. Long before you notice this pause, it was held in care. I moved through noise, exhaustion, uncertainty, and countless unseen details to place this moment before you. When I interrupt, it is never to waste time. It is because time is valuable. I am not here to motivate briefly and then leave you unchanged. I am here to gently address patterns of delay, not with accusation, but with clarity. This is not condemnation. It is preparation. Urgency does not always mean danger. Sometimes urgency simply means value. Purpose unfolds through response, not postponement. I am not asking you to resolve everything now. I am asking you to recognize that something is shifting and to shift with it. Stay present. Let this interruption do its work. Let it remind you that your life is guided, not drifting. You are not behind, you are becoming aware. Awareness is the doorway to movement. Decisions made with trust always lead toward life. There were seasons you thought were empty, but they were shaping you. Times you believed were delays were quietly expanding your capacity. I saw the perseverance it took to continue when answers felt distant. I saw the quiet faith you carried without recognition. None of it was wasted. Preparation often looks like endurance. Some seasons felt lonely, not to harm you, but to deepen your roots. You learned to stand without constant reassurance, to listen without noise, to trust without immediate reward. These were not punishments, they were foundations. Loss did not empty you, it expanded you. Waiting refined you. Confusion taught you how to seek wisely. You were never unseen. Every quiet decision mattered. Every moment of integrity counted. You were being formed carefully and intentionally. What you thought were setbacks were shaping discernment, compassion, and depth. So now, remain here, let this awareness settle without fear. You do not need to rush, you only need to stay open. This moment is not closing in loss, it is opening into clarity. And clarity, when received with trust, always leads forward. My beloved child, remain here with me a little longer. There is no rush in this space. I am not pulling you forward by force, and I am not pushing you from behind. I am walking beside you, matching your pace, because growth is not meant to feel like pressure. It is meant to feel like alignment. I want you to understand something clearly before we go further. Awareness does not demand immediate perfection. Awareness simply opens your eyes so you can walk with intention instead of habit. You may notice that as you listen, memories begin to surface, moments you had set aside, choices you delayed, feelings you learned to manage instead of address. Do not be alarmed by this. Reflection is not meant to accuse you, it is meant to teach you. When truth draws near, it often brings clarity to places that were once blurred. That clarity is a gift, not a burden. I know you have spent a long time trying to be patient with yourself, telling yourself that growth takes time, that answers will come eventually, that things will feel clearer later. There was wisdom in that patience, but there is also a moment when patience must become presence, a moment when waiting must become listening. That moment is now unfolding gently before you. You have carried responsibilities faithfully. You have shown up when it was easier to withdraw. You have continued when it would have been simpler to stop trying. I see that effort. I see the quiet strength it required, but I also see the cost of carrying so much without rest, without reflection, without space to breathe. Strength without alignment eventually becomes strain. I do not want that for you. There is a difference between endurance and direction. Endurance helps you survive difficult seasons. Direction helps you move out of them. You have endured long enough. Now I am inviting you to orient your heart again, to ask not only, how do I keep going, but where am I being led? You may feel resistance as these words settle. Resistance does not always mean disagreement. Often it means something familiar is being challenged. Familiar patterns feel safe even when they no longer serve you. Familiar ways of thinking feel controlled, even when they quietly limit you. I am not asking you to abandon everything at once. I am asking you to notice what you have been clinging to simply because it is known. You learned how to function in uncertainty. You learned how to keep moving without clarity. You learned how to adapt. Those skills carried you through necessary seasons, but they were never meant to become permanent. Adaptation is not the same as alignment. Just because you can live a certain way does not mean you were meant to remain there. I want you to hear this without judgment. You have not wasted your life. You have not missed everything. You have not fallen behind beyond repair. But there are parts of you that have been waiting for permission to step forward again, parts that grew quiet because moving felt risky. Parts that learned to wait for safer conditions that never fully arrived. You told yourself you would act when you felt more confident. You told yourself you would decide when you felt more certain. But confidence does not arrive before movement, it grows through it. Certainty does not precede trust, it follows it. If you wait for the absence of doubt, you may wait longer than necessary. Doubt does not disqualify you, it simply means you are human. What matters is not the absence of fear, but the presence of willingness. Willingness to listen, willingness to adjust, willingness to move forward even when every step is not yet visible. I have never asked you to leap alone, I have always asked you to walk with me. As you remain here, you may notice a quiet settling inside you. That is not numbness, that is grounding. Grounding allows truth to take root. Without grounding, even good insight fades quickly. I am not interested in momentary emotion, I am interested in lasting clarity. There are patterns you have repeated not because you lack discipline, but because you lacked awareness. Awareness changes everything. When you see clearly, you stop blaming yourself for what was actually unseen influence. You stop carrying unnecessary guilt. You stop mistaking exhaustion for failure. You begin to respond instead of react. I know you have wondered at times why peace felt fragile even when nothing obvious was wrong, why rest did not always restore you, why joy felt thinner than before. These were not signs that something was broken in you. They were signals asking for attention. Signals that something deeper needed to be addressed, not ignored. You were not meant to live constantly rushed. You were not designed to carry endless noise. You were not created to be always reacting. You were created to live connected to truth, to purpose, to presence. When that connection weakens, life becomes louder and heavier. When it strengthens, even difficult seasons carry meaning. I am not asking you to withdraw from life. I am asking you to live it more consciously. To notice when you are moving too fast to feel, to notice when distraction replaces reflection. To notice when silence feels uncomfortable not because it is empty, but because it reveals what you have avoided. Silence is not dangerous, silence is honest. It shows you where healing is needed and where growth is possible. That is why it can feel unfamiliar at first, but honesty is always the beginning of freedom. You may wonder what comes next. You may be tempted to look ahead, to search for instruction, to ask for a clear list of steps. There will be direction, but first there must be alignment. Direction without alignment leads to effort without peace. Alignment prepares you to move wisely. Right now, alignment looks like staying present, letting awareness deepen. Allowing truth to settle gently instead of resisting it. You do not need to fix your entire life in one moment. You only need to recognize where adjustment is being invited. I am patient with your process. I am not measuring you against anyone else. Your journey has its own rhythm. Comparison will only distract you from what is unfolding personally. Pay attention to what resonates. Pay attention to what stirs. Those are guides. As you continue listening, you may feel a sense of readiness that does not come with certainty, but with calm resolve. That is not pressure, that is alignment forming. Alignment does not shout, it steadies. You are not being asked to become someone else. You are being invited to return to who you were becoming before fear and fatigue interrupted the process. Nothing valuable was lost, it was paused, and pauses can be resumed. Remain here with me. Let this awareness continue its work. Let it restore clarity where confusion once lived. Let it bring peace where noise once dominated. You are not alone in this movement. I am with you, patient, present, and guiding you forward one honest step at a time. Type Amen if this message resonates with your heart. Share it with someone who may need encouragement today.